Hi, my name is Amy. Thank you very much for watching, and let's make some amazing financial commentary together. This is for entertainment purposes only, so if you're entertained, please like and subscribe. I really appreciate that. So, today I want to talk about side hustles because when you're creating your budget and you have goals, there's two things that you can do. First, decrease your expenses. Second, increase your income. And right now I am living off of my distribution income, but my yield is a little bit insane. And as someone that is not completely delusional, I'm thinking I need to make more money. And the way that I feel my like my true path forward is to actually get yield the subscriptions and get yield khaki up and basically do my live programming so that my bad coding decisions channel gets more subscribers. Like just doing things that are scalable to me, make courses, things like that. But I was reading this lessons learned while earning 30K this year on Beer Money sites. And if you don't know this subreddit, Beer Money, it's basically little things that you can do to make you a little bit of money. It's, beer money. So you do it and it's like your guilt-free money because you made like $100 this month. So I wound up going through this because it seemed like, okay, well, if I don't want to have an outside employer like earning $30,000, $40,000 a year from this type of stuff, that would be really cool. But I know it's a lot of work and basically slave labor for not it doesn't pay you a lot of money. And so I asked him or this person, how much time did you use? Like, did it take you to earn $30,000 per year? And they do it 20 hours a week pretty much. And then they work on the weekends too. So $30,000 for a part-time job is actually not that bad since, you don't leave the house. So it's tempting. I just don't think it's the best use of my time. The best use of my time is to launch my products, start doing software courses, things like that. Maybe I'll make a course about using AI agents to create your portfolio, something like that. like a build your portfolio type course. So, even though this is very tempting and it might at this, it just, it's a lot of work for a little bit of money, but if it's what you have to and it's what, when you're laid off and you're looking for a job and you need more income, then it could be an option. So I wanted to watch this Best Side Hustles. I'm going to start trying to react to shorts instead of regular videos because hopefully this won't be an hour and a half long. So let's see. I've never seen this before.
I dug through Reddit, TikTok, YouTube, blogs.
I know it's once you are interested in earning more money and figuring out how to do it on your own, it is pretty addicting to go through and figure out what is worth my time, what is not worth my time.
To find these side hustles that people are actually doing in 2025, here are my top 5. The first one up is using AI and Canva to create children's books.
AI and Canva to create children's books. Okay, so what I'm assuming they are doing is they're using something like Midjourney or Gemini at this point, ChatGPT, and they use Canva to basically, you can use Pixlr to get rid of the background, and then you use Canva to situate things and put the text in. And when you're done, there's self-publishing books that you can do. So I've heard about this. I'm not much of a writer, and I think I would have to like, you have to actually advertise it quite a bit. But there are a lot, and I mean a lot, of children's books out there, and there's something for everybody. Maybe I'll make a children's book about AI prompting.
So I read so many bad kids books to my toddler and thought, you know what, I could probably make a better one. Now with ChatGPT, Midjourney, and Canva, you actually can.
Oh, see? ChatGPT, Midjourney, and Canva. I think my dad was trying to do something like this where, like, he just asked ChatGPT to make a children's story, and then you ask it to make the prompts for each of the storylines, and you can get pretty specific, and there's so many iterations you can do, and then you can start using, like, that one character. I think I need to actually look at Midjourney, because I do have Midjourney, but I need to look and see if you can use, like, this is my character, and I want this character to be in different situations. Because once they do that, it becomes much easier to, like, do Dr. Seuss inspired drawing styles, or, like, finding different drawing styles. So that'd be interesting. I don't know if it's worth my time, but also Financial Philharmonic's probably not worth my time either. So there's that.
And you can sell them on places like Etsy or Amazon KDP, and this is going to be one that I'm going to try myself. The next one up is flipping or reselling items.
No. Just straight up, no. It's a trap. Go on to things like bulk, you get, or go thrifting. And the thrifting stores have caught on, so now even, like, the thrifted items are expensive to begin with. And my big issue with this is I'm not a hoarder, but if I was going to do reselling, I would become a big hoarder, and I don't like shipping things. And it just seems like it's an inventory and organization issue. Like, I know that people can do really well with this, but it takes so much organization. And if you're doing things like with Facebook Marketplace and things like that, people try to scam you. It seems like a lot of effort for very little return. Although, and don't quote me on this, the Whatnot app, I'm not sure how much they pay people to, like, unbox things for you, but that might be an avenue if you don't want to deal with scammers.
So I've made tens of thousands of dollars reselling items over the years, and you can flip anything: furniture, appliances, even cars. People are getting stuff for free on Facebook Marketplace, fixing it up, and flipping it for up to $100 to $300 profit. And the third side hustle that people are still doing in 2020.
Well, I mean, it depends on what you're flipping. If you buy, like, a rusted out car that's a classic and then you restore it, it could be hundreds of thousands of dollars, or tens of thousands of dollars, depending on what your skill level is with reselling. I just think that a lot of people, they start out with good intentions with reselling, and then they wind up with, like, needing the Hoarders TV show to come out to declutter their house.
5 is definitely gig work. So classic gig work still holds up. Uber, DoorDash, you name it. But also medical.
So the thing is, you have to factor in, and a lot of people don't factor in, the wear and tear on their vehicles, and, like, the increased in maintenance that you need to do on your vehicle. And so, and I also live in the middle of nowhere in the countryside, So I would have to go to like a major city and then drive my truck around, which like the trucks doesn't have the best miles per gallon. So basically all of the excuses for me right now, but I don't want to, which is like the main factor in all of this. So I think that's a legitimate thing, and I'm not sure if you need to get a certificate to be a medical courier, but that was something that I've seen before that, and being like a notary, becoming a notary.
Courier gigs and field inspections through apps like iViewIt or WeGoLook. Low barrier, flexible, and definitely underrated. Now, when looking through the top side hustle,
What is iViewIt? Because I like Vue.js, so maybe I could do like inspecting things. That'd be fun. Or I guess we'd have to see what's available out here, and like I don't want to be driving to the city every weekend to do this stuff or during the weekday, because I have my website to, create new features, make it better for people that want to subscribe, and make it so that, people want to support me and do my own thing. So there's that.
hustles, something that was everywhere was digital marketing. So from TikTok shop to affiliate links to selling low content books or even offering Pinterest services, it's not just posting links, it's building mini digital storefronts. And the fifth one is content creation. So yeah.
I kind of view like 4 and 5 as like a together thing. Like if you're doing content creation, you should probably have a digital product, which I don't, except for I do have yieldmite.com. So that's what I'm trying to get in there. I don't have like here's my investing guide, here's how you do this type thing yet. So that is something that I can build up on. Basically, I really was inspired by this person's Reddit post, and I believe in the future where, my distributions are enough and it's a sustainable portfolio that I have in the future. Right now, it's still, even though I've made strides to make it like a more reasonable portfolio, it's still pretty risky. So, like, at some point in the future, I'll have enough money in my portfolio that it's way less risky for me, and my hopefully Yieldmite will be doing pretty well, and I'll be able to start my next projects and get those off the ground too. And I won't have to look and see, do I want to do user testing? Do I want to use Userlytics, user crowd, whatever it is, any of these things, when it's really, really more worth my time to, like, if I was going to spend 20 hours a week on something, I may as well sign up for the CFP certification and become a certified financial planner. And then instead of spending 20 hours a week, trying to earn a few dollars, I could do 4 1-hour video calls for $100 each and get $400 a week that way. So, like, there are things that you can do to earn more money. And this video is more like for myself, but it is interesting to go through like the thought process of how can I make money, and then instead of just 100% shooting literally everything down, seeing like, okay, well, could I make more money if I did this? And it might not be worth my money, like my time right now, but it's still money that I'm getting right now. So that would be the only reason why I would try to sign up for some of these like Mechanical Turk type things that are not very high paying and not very worth my time. As maybe instead of going onto YouTube to watch videos to de-stress from or like to think about something besides my website, maybe I would go onto these kind of sites. And there's also like the casino type things where they pay you to log in and you don't have to spend any money, but it's like so not worth my time, that even though the temptation is there because it's like a lower hanging fruit, I think for me in particular, it's just not worth it. So, but it's good to know what is out there though, in case everything, literally all of my plans fall apart and I have to start doing something now, because I got laid off. Sometimes it takes 6 months, a year to get a new job. So if at some point I'm like, oh no, this actually isn't working with the stock market, I need to be able to eat, then I would know what to where to start to actually get more money, just so that I can feed myself and my dogs and whatever. So anyways, this is my first time using OBS. I think I fixed the the thing, like the screen not showing up correctly. I transformed it. So today on Financial Philhronics, I wanted to listen to There's a Fine Fine Line.
There's a fine, fine line between an entrepreneur and the unemployment line.
So, especially when you're in the beginning and you haven't really had any customers and it's just like in the idea phase and you're building, there are a lot of people that are very genuinely concerned about you, that are just like, get a regular job. You'll be fine if you have a regular 9-to-5 job. You're not that special. Just go and do that and you'll be just fine. And it's true, but also at this point, I would personally rather try to find my own path. So,
A dream in your notebook, a pitch that nobody buys. There's a fine, fine line between a solopreneur and someone just passing the time. A grind that feels no.
why do most of these songs feel like I'm adding myself? Like, you actually need to do the things you're promising people that you will do, Amy, or else you're just unemployed. So
Or a hustle that dies. Oh, when the nights feel endless, you're working for a ghost of a sign. It's a fine, fine line between a hustle and a waste of time.
and that's the point where sometimes you're trying something for so long and you want it to work and you want it to work, but it's not working out, and so can't do like the sunk cost fallacy either. But sometimes these side hustles, they just take time to get off the ground, and like it'll work out in the end as long as you have enough time and enough faith and enough consistency to continue to do it.
There's a fine, fine line between I'm building and a waste of time.
So, you really do have to believe in yourself. I really admire the kind of people that can just jump off the cliff, basically, and say, I'm doing my startup, and I quit my job, and, I believe in it so much that we're just going to have to make it work. And it just, yeah, it's so interesting to me. And also, some people would say, hey, like, doing children's books is very oversaturated, but, and hear me out, there's always going to be a crowd that wants to, like, so you'll find your audience, and someone will want to purchase what you want. It just depends, like, okay. So, yes, like, the children's book market is oversaturated, but if it's discoverable, then there will be people that will want to purchase it. And if you use something like ChatGPT, Midjourney, and Canva, and you spent, like, a day making it, if you sell, like, 3 copies, was it worth your time? Maybe. And so, as long as what you are producing is not AI slop, like, you're actually putting the effort into making it look good, you are making your products good, people will, once they know you as an artist, they might follow you, and then when you publish new things as an artist, they'll purchase your next things because they like what you have. So, and it's just a matter of, like, this channel's meant to be more like overall finance topics versus my bad financial decisions, which is high income investing. So when you have a smaller audience, they might be more engaged, but you might have a limit to how big your audience can grow, versus if you're more general, and then there's more competition for who's going to listen in, and so you choose like how niche you want to be.
So you pray for the spark that the market finally sees, but until the light breaks through, it's just you and your worn down dreams. Yes, the nights feel endless, you're chasing something hard to define. It's a fine, fine line, a fine, fine line between an entrepreneur and the unemployment line.
So yes, I think in 2025, turning 2026, it is important to have multiple streams of income and to start it now, because it does take time to get it off the ground if you're going to do things like this. So yeah, if you have a steady job, start doing some of like these digital products, or start becoming a content creator, or whatever you want to do to try to get your side hustle. Then if you wind up getting laid off or something happens to your main job, then you have a little bit of income coming in, and you can then focus on it full time. So I'm starting to do that now. I've actually been working on all day getting my website in the staging environment with the Stripe going on. So that's where I'm going to leave you all today. Let me know what side hustles you are doing, or if you want to do any type of side hustles, and I will talk to you all later. Bye.